Hello and welcome to Good Night, everybody. That's Good Night, everybody. As you can see, I am not Chris, but I do represent him. And as a representative of him, I'm going to play this video that he sent to me.
Hey, you guys, it's me. Just having my weekly shower over here, and I thought to myself, I ought to send a message of encouragement to the boys. So have a great show. I know you're going to do well, and got great guests. And for heaven's sake, just don't embarrass me. See you next week.
That is our message of encouragement from our fearless leader, Chris Lawrence. There we go. That is exactly what we needed. So Chris is out this week. I am taking over the hosting duties. He begged me not to. He begged me to postpone or do something else, but here I am hosting. On this show today, we have Paul Rugg and John McCann. If John McCann he's having some audio and visual troubles, but hopefully we have tech support Paul Rugg working with him to get his stuff ready. But to start off, we should do some banter. Tony, do you banter?
I can banter all night long.
I can banter if I want to. I can leave your friends behind. Nope, that
Something
doesn't
like
work.
that.
It doesn't.
No, it's the rhythmic. The rhythm is a little off there, but that's okay.
It is. We did
I have
our
one-
festival.
I have one question.
Go
Why
ahead.
Why was he wearing a hat in the shower? Can we
That's your
talk about that for
question.
a second?
There's a lot of things we can talk about. That's not one of Chris in the shower is not one that I want to talk about, and
That's fair, okay.
I'm frankly scared, and I didn't want to ask any questions. I just played
All
it
right, yeah, perfect.
because I don't want to know what video he would send next if I didn't play the one of him in the shower.
That's fair. Okay, totally good. We'll leave it at the clothed and hatted shower experience.
That is correct. So
you had
this
your
past this past weekend was the St. Philip Neri Festival. We had nearly 1,000 people show up, which I'm told
1,000.
is like more than a few.
1,000. It's greater than 997 or so, which is, I mean, once you hit that like 997 point and you get those three
Well,
additional people, it's just
I say
huge.
I say about 1,000. I couldn't say precisely. I know that we
Okay.
had somewhere around like 900, but I'm rounding up because it's super important to round up.
You have to round up.
You have to round up because if you
What's
don't round up, you're rounding down.
Yeah, isn't it like if you're greater than 0.5? I haven't been in math class since I was in grade 8
If
or whatever it was.
You're allowed to round however you want to round these days. It
I
all
see.
depends
Okay.
on really it's whatever polling numbers you want to use, and I went with just the ones that made it seem better.
That's pretty good.
But yeah, we were aiming for 600, and we got like 150% of that.
So what? So it was the St. Philip Neri Festival.
St. Philip Neri Festival. Yeah,
Okay.
I
right
think
on.
one of the major contributors was the fact that Paul Rugg couldn't make it.
Oh.
Last minute he canceled, and then all these people showed up and wanted to be there.
Wow. I guess Paul must have quite the reputation then. If he's not, he's bringing people in by not being there. But okay, that's great though. That's exciting.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
He did put out a fantastic video for me to play at the festival, and I think it would be remiss. I would be remiss if I didn't play it for you here.
Oh,
and
you
since
have it.
he's
okay,
yeah, I do. I have it queued up, and since he's not saying anything, or at least waving his hands to tell me to stop, I'm just going for it.
Go for it.
And he can't talk unless he's on the stage, so he's just gonna have to sit back and we're gonna enjoy.
Great.
This important message.
Hi everybody, it's me, Paul Rugg. I know I'm kind of supposed to be at the comedy festival there with you at the St. Philip Neri Festival, which we made plans months ago to come and be convivial and spread the joy of Catholic comedy with everyone else there. But holy smoke, Jeremy McLennan, Steve, the Mr. Catholic Comedy himself, and Kayla. But unfortunately, my wife got the flu a couple days ago. And she's when I suggested maybe that I would go alone and leave her up the mountain where we live, she had thoughts about that. But anyway, maybe next year. So in lieu of me being there and being funny and just the toast of the town, I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll do something different. Maybe I will instead, I don't know, sing a little song on my ukulele. Unfortunately, I don't sing or play the ukulele. It was a stupid purchase we made in Hawaii. So instead of that, I thought maybe I would read you one of my poems. It's a haiku. Unfortunately, I don't know what a haiku is, so this is empty. So I thought the very least I could do then is pray for you all, and say that I love you all, and please enjoy the fun, the comedy, the joy. So anyway, enjoy yourselves. God bless you. Saint Philip Neri. I would like louder than that. Saint Philip Neri.
Pray for us.
Good.
Pray for us. Yeah.
And now enjoy these men dancing.
Okay, and with
That's
that,
great.
I'm going to bring Paul Rugg onto the stage. Did we get anything from John about?
I am. Let me see. Let me see if he is. Hold on. I'm not hearing anything yet.
Okay.
Well,
I added him to the stage just in case he gets his audio and video working. He'll pop in.
okay.
But yeah.
John,
Paul.
I miss you. I miss you so much. I'm just seeing an empty chair and it's making me sad, John. John, do whatever you can. Don't leave me here alone. John, I'm begging you. It's 10 o'clock here at night. And yeah, if I just see him, I'm gonna be sad. By the way, can I just say, Tony, that your tie matches the whole
Everything.
thing you got going there. I have to say that's incredible.
Thank you, Paul.
I'm very impressed.
Intentional. I had to ask permission from when we bought this house. I had to ask my wife. I was asked, "Can I paint my music studio the same color as this tie?" And she was like, "Go for it." So I was like, "Okay, yeah, we're going for it."
I think that is a winner. That's a winner. Steve, on the other hand, but I think you have it going on. So
I've got a collar. I'm trying to be professional.
That's fine. Okay. By the way, I keep seeing on this puppet behind me, and it's freaking me out. So
it's your own puppet.
I'm just gonna go like this, and
I think I just saw it move.
Yeah,
I think I just moved a few inches there.
It's like a terrible Seinfeld episode,
or the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
or a combination of the two. Whenever the crossover episode between the Twilight Zone and
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's a weird episode.
Yeah.
Paul, I liked your video.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I was very. See, I had let Steve know a week before. I thought we weren't going to be able to make it down because we live literally on top of a mountain in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia, which is an old song. But anyway, and we're from California, and we never considered. I mean, maybe we did. We're like, oh, it's going to snow here, but we never really considered that when it snows on a mountain, it's more than like a dusting, and sometimes it's a couple feet of snow, and we have to wait for men who are employed by some shady organization to come and plow the roads. And then you're warned that there's ice on the roads. And so I was like, I don't know whether we can get out of here. And then all of a sudden, it was a beautiful day on the day we were supposed to leave, the day before. And my wife came down with the flu. And the rest, as they say, is history. So I'm very sorry. But Stevie, as you can see, what did I say? I said I was going to pray for you. And even though your video didn't work and nothing, but you had 1,000 people show up. So I just have to say, you can thank me, but if you want, that's fine.
Thank you very much, Paul, for the prayers and for promising to come, and then it's fine. It's fine. It worked out, and it actually is, was our most successful festival to date.
Awesome.
And I'm pretty excited by that.
I'm not knowledged in the Catholic comedy history, but how many shows have you done so far?
This is
number
this is number 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, and Paul
Wow.
has only been involved. Now I got to fix my camera. Hold on. Paul has only been involved in the last 2.
Right.
Ooh.
So, don't worry about my camera. I'm getting it back.
All right.
Paul's only been involved in the last 2, and so this last one was the most successful one. There's something, my wife, Mrs. Catholic Comedy, there's something, she was doing like this thing where she followed up with people, and like we went to different parishes and whatnot. And I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I think it probably had more to do with just me being like pretty. And doing things. So
totally agreed. I think the beard is all 1,000 people there for the beard. I think.
Yeah, I think it was probably more of that than of like that whole organizational thing that my wife was going on about. Because like I've never been an organized person, and we've never had an act cancel on us either. So she'd started doing this organizations thing, and then we had an act cancel on us. So I'm pretty sure that Paul, you can blame her. Blame my wife for your wife getting the flu, because so long as you and I, the men, are blameless, that's what matters, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
John, your chair is still empty. Your chair is still.
Well, hold on.
There's a song from Les Mis with that empty chairs.
Oh, there he is.
Empty tables. There
John.
Hey, John.
Well, your audio, your video's there, but your audio's off.
Hold on, I'm translating.
Let's. Well, John, just keep working on see if we can get your audio in.
Don't do anything to the camera.
I'm going to
leave the camera as it is.
I'm going to leave the other.
Perfect.
Yeah, the camera works. We can see you. So if you can only communicate. Well, we had someone who watched the video.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I pray. Trust me.
I gotta be honest. I thought you were gonna just literally start singing a song, because that would have felt very apropos. Like I feel like, I'm gonna sing a song.
I had this idea that I was gonna do. But I couldn't do because it wouldn't have made much sense of any at all if Paul wasn't there, so I didn't do it. But I was going to end the show by doing Verilin's "We'll Meet Again," which would have been just a callback to something that only certain few people would understand, because it was in Doctor Strangelove, but it was also on the last episode of Freakazoid.
Yep, it's the only song we ever paid for on Freakazoid. We literally had to pay licensing fees, which were extraordinarily expensive. And I remember I asked the president of Gene McCurdy of Warner Brothers, and because we had already been canceled, and I said, "Can you just do this for me, just this once?" And she said, "Fine." So that's how we were able to buy the licensing to that song.
Wow. It's a really great song. It's like it's one of my favorite songs, and because of the last episode of Freakazoid, whenever I like get a new job, I always put that into like the chat of on my last day. I send that out to everyone. Be like, we'll meet again. Don't know where. Don't know when. You don't know it?
Oh my goodness. We'll meet again. I don't know what I hear.
You're just, we just have to find you some sheet music.
I need just like a bunch of lead sheets for like just here are the songs we're talking about tonight, and that'll be great. That'll be fine. Then I can do it. But I'm good by ear too, but I don't know the song well enough. I'm sorry to say.
You don't know the song? Oh my goodness!
If I can play it for you if you would like me to find that clip.
Go for it.
Go
I would love to see.
Go for it. Yeah, you go for it.
All right, and that's going to give John time. Two. Are you
Hold on.
speaking now, John?
Did you say something?
Yes! We hear you!
Good.
Hi, John. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
I knew it.
All right. I have to instead of these girls on my phone.
Yeah, you're cutting in and out, but you are
We're
at the very
close.
least, you're very close to being completely audible and visual. And I can't really say much because I'm like,
You know what, Tony? Tony and I will just take it from here. You guys go have a nice burger, and we'll just
maybe by
we'll
the
handle
end we have 45 minutes to figure out all the technical issues. So maybe by
Yeah.
the end we'll be good
Okay.
for next week.
John,
Hello. Oh,
hello. Okay, let's just.
I'm here for the moment.
You're here for the moment. Good. So okay, so Freakazoid, Paul.
Yes.
If you do find that and send it to us, that'd be great.
I
we can
have
play
it right here, and I'm going to send it to you in literally 30 seconds. I'm multitasking, which
Multitasking.
At the age of 64 is a little bit different.
Did you know you are
just
like,
give me a moment.
You're a couple months younger than my mother.
Oh,
Because she just turned
Fun
65.
fact.
You were both born in 1960. Well, this is one of the things that I've been trying to convince Paul that maybe I am his long lost son. He doesn't believe me because when I was born, and for a good portion beforehand, he was on the opposite side of the country. But I'm not letting things like fax or DNA tests or cease and desist notices deter me from continuing with this thought process.
that's fine. That's fine.
Would you cry and call him for us?
I'm sorry?
Just cry and call Paul Dad.
How much money? How much money are we gonna give him for that one?
No, he's not. He's not my biological father that I'm aware of.
No, I'm not.
No, it seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Seems unlikely.
All right, Steve, I'm texting you. We'll meet again right now, so you'll have it, and I can explain exactly what we're going to be seeing here.
We have a clip. We have a clip. This, you know what? This is this is going to be fantastic because, like we know that, so as we know, Chris wants us to be like an actual legit show, right?
I'm sorry.
So
This isn't legit so far.
well, I'm saying like he wants it. He wants it to do the thing where you would do like an actual where this is like an actual late night show. So having a clip actually works
Brilliant.
really well.
Yeah.
Great. So while you find that, I'll set this up.
Sure.
Yeah.
And
Set up
John,
for us, please.
All right. So when John and I found out we were canceled, I think there was maybe 3 scripts left to do or something. But anyway, I got the last one, and John got the other 2. One was, I think, statuesque, and another one. But anyway, Gene McCurdy, our boss, the best boss ever, and the reason why Warner Brothers during the 90s was a joy and a sagacious experience. She went to some executive conference in New York, and where it was like a television convention, and she met Norm Abram there, and she came back from the convention, and she knew I was a big fan of This Old House. I think John was a big fan of This Old House, or maybe it was just me, I'm not sure. And she said, I met Norm Abram. And I said, oh man, I would love to have Norm as a guest on Freakazoid. And before I even, and I was kind of joking, and she picked up the phone and called someone in New York, and an hour later, Norm Abrams is coming in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, wow. We didn't have a script or anything. So I decided to write This Old Freakalair, which is Norm Abram comes and helps Freakazoid redecorate the Freakazoid. And I got a page in and I went, this is a very bad idea. This is terrible. This is not going to work. And I used to listen to music when I wrote, and I was listening to the Amadeus soundtrack, and I was listening to the Confortate Maledict, to the Requiem Mass, and I go, oh man, what if Norm is Mozart and the Loeb is Salieri? So I just started writing, and I wrote sort of a spoof on Amadeus, and then I wrote the sketch, and then we needed a way to end it since it was our last episode. So I thought we'd have the whole cast come, and we would sing "We'll Meet Again." And so we had Ed Asner, we had Ricardo Montalban, we had Norm Abram, we had David Warner, we had they were all. I mean, I think there were 11 of us, and John was Duncan Douglas. The Freakazoid's dad, and we were all in the studio, and we sang "We'll Meet Again." There you go, Steve. There you go. I've set you up tremendously. Before we go, we'd like to leave you with this thought. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. Everybody! We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny
All right.
Wow.
Great
That-
arrangement too. Whoever the orchestrator was for that arrangement was great.
Well, so as a matter of fact, that Richard Stone, multi-Emmy award-winning composer, and he arranged all that, and we had I think, because this was our last episode and there was a little bit money left over in the music budget, we had a 60-piece orchestra for this. We recorded it on Studio One, which is the Clint Eastwood studio where Carl Stalling used to do it. We had an enormous, and my mother-in-law was a former concert harpist, and she was going to visit, so I asked Richard Stone, could you throw in a harp? and he threw in a harp. It was this massive, it was amazing. Also
great.
because we're doing Mozart music for most of it, he underscored it with a lot of that. So yeah, we were very lucky, weren't we, John, to have like a huge orchestra for everything we did.
Oh, it was enormous.
Yeah.
$7,000. That's how much Gene McCurdy paid for "We'll Meet Again."
Right. Yeah.
$7,000.
Yeah. $7,000.
And what year was this?
97?
Yeah, 97.
Okay,
97.
so you're looking at 30 years ago, $7,000. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I would be curious to see what it'd be now.
That's close to $10,000 now.
I think it's 1.6 billion now. It's just inflation's gotten a bit ridiculous.
Yeah, no, but we were very lucky. We really were working with some like to hear Ricardo. I could hear him there in that song. Will the blue skies drive the cars far away, my friend? Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing.
He was around when that song was a hit originally.
The what? He was what?
He was around when that song was originally a hit.
Right. Yeah.
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 Man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so crazy that like you think about the voice acting. It's like when, people talk about like Pee-wee's Playhouse and how so many actors are in Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like Freakazoid had so many classic actors that it was one of their last roles, which is kind of just amazing. Like Ricardo Montalban did not do much. Hold on, is Paul's chair Corinthian leather?
Yes, my friend, it is. It is rich Corinthian leather. Yes.
But all of those fantastic actors and actresses that came together for just this ridiculous show.
Yeah, and they weren't making like everybody was making the same thing. It wasn't like, oh, we're giving Ricardo the special Ricardo rate. It was SAG scale, which was amazing. But we had him. We had Tim Curry, David Warner. Wow. David Warner was filming Titanic at the time, and they were filming water scenes in Long Beach in a big dunk tank or something. And if I were David Warner and I were doing that, I wouldn't be worried about getting to a Freakazoid session all the way across the LA basin. But God bless him, he did. And he would show up, and they all liked being there because we usually we had a session at 2, but we invited everyone to come at 1 for pizza. So, and we had Baroni's Pizza, which was this legendary pizza. In fact, that's what gave Freakazoid his strength, was Baroni's Pizza. But you'd have Ed Asner, Ricardo Montalban, Tim Curry, David Warner, Jonathan Harris, who could get a little prickly, by the way. And they'd all sit around a table and just chat and talk and have a really... And then Andre Ramon would say, okay, we got to go record. And they go, oh, okay, I guess we should go record. But it was more like a party. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Very fun. Man. I just, like, now I'm just envisioning Tim Curry eating pizza. I don't know why. Like, that's like the only image that I'm getting.
Tim Curry eating pizza. Yeah. I mean, it's not the craziest thing I've ever heard of, but I could see how that's like...
With an orchestra.
With it, yeah. There's just that would be interesting, like the grand orchestra coming in and they're all having slices of pizza beforehand. Right. So, and that was the source of Freakazoid's power. Is what pizza?
Baroni's Pizza. John, is it still there?
Yeah, there's one in the valley, maybe 2 in the valley now.
Right.
One we used to go to is been closed for a long time.
Okay, yeah, because we recorded right there in Toluca Lake, which is right near Disney and in some nondescript building, and yeah, it was fun. It was fun times.
That's great.
I envisioned that this conversation would be like a scene from Freakazoid that you sent me earlier, and now I finally downloaded and I'm going to put up here as another clip. Could you set up this clip as well? This is the cafe.
Oh, this is Legend Who Runs. I think Tom Ruger wrote this. This is just about this is a bunch of old superheroes chatting at like a deli. That's all I really remember. I have not seen this particular episode in 30 years, so I cannot tell you exactly what happens.
And now, the legends who lunch. Candid conversations with the superheroes of yesteryear.
Aquaman is staring at Zippy's food. So Zippy the Fast Boy says, hey, I'm having a shrimp scampi here. And Aquaman says, that ain't no shrimp scampi. That's my Uncle Leo.
I was with Aquaman outside Size Clam Bar once when we ran into the green fog. Oi, what a stink! The green fog, piffle, like lilacs in springtime. You've on the fight a stench. Try doing battle with the brown fog. Now that was a smelly fog. He'd creep up on you too. You'd be standing there minding your own business. Then out from nowhere a smell, oi, like something crawled under the porch and died. And there he is, the brown fog, choking you, your eyes burning. I thought I was gonna die.
Well, what'd you do?
What could I do? I lit a match, he blew up, end of story. Hey, Blue Boy, did you check the pastrami? How do I know it ain't got a bomb in it, huh? I have many enemies. Get it away from me.
Yes, sir.
Hurry, it's gonna blow.
I lit a match.
So if John's audio was working better, this is what I thought would happen: is you guys would chat, and Tony and I would just be sitting in the background, being like. Checking your pastrami for bombs, you know.
I was gonna say, yeah. I don't think there's any bombs going on.
It was directed by Dan Leba, who is he played Jocko in the Freakazoid episode where we won the Emmy for.
Jocko. Which one was Jocko? Now I gotta remember who Jocko is.
Jocko was in the episode with Ricardo Montalban, who is Gutierrez.
Yes.
Hero.
Yeah.
The Hero Boy. Yeah. The I must succeed.
Yes. Which is John McCann. But I tell you what, I was just gonna send John because I think I know what's going on with the microphone. Hey John.
Yes.
If you go to settings, forgive me everyone, you go to audio and then mic volume, you see when you go there, it's got your whatever internal microphone that.
Okay.
We lost Paul.
Oh no.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna edit mic settings. I can edit your mic settings, actually. Try talking. Nope. I did something wrong.
What about now?
All right, I'm gonna put this on, and I'm going to remove echo cancellation, and we're gonna try that. And then Paul is gonna rejoin the stage.
We're gonna get it fixed. I just know it because I want to talk to John.
Okay.
Are you there, John?
Is
what have you done,
static
Steve?
in Paul's voice now?
I have done nothing.
Steve?
Well, I did some things. Hold on.
I can't hear anyone now.
Yeah, you're kind of like scratchy. I know I can be heard because I can hear myself echoing through Tony's microphone.
It's probably from my headphones.
Oh no, we lost John. Paul comes in. John, I'm gonna fix this for you. Here, go to your settings, and then Paul drops out. He can't hear us anymore. John can no longer talk.
Poor Chris is probably watching this from afar, wondering.
Chris is cursing us out. Not an actual like cursing, but he's like, guys, it's all I needed you to do was sit there while two geniuses talk to each other.
That is not how tonight has panned out, but that is a-okay. You're doing great. Everybody's doing great.
We're all great. We're all great. It's just, not the. I mean, we had clips.
We had clips. We have clips. There's probably more clips. It's the Keystone Cops of podcasts.
All right.
Is Paul back here?
Paul, can you hear us? Paul?
Paul?
We can hear Paul.
Paul?
Paul cannot hear us.
Okay. Well.
I'm pretty sure that Los Tacos is Chris. I don't know if I should call him out like that, but
that's fine.
He's the only person commenting, and he's saying to to show the shower video again, and I am not going to show the shower video
I
again.
think the shower video was a great one-time experience.
I think it was a one-time experience. The rest of that sentence go either way, but certainly was a one-time experience.
It was an experience.
An experience. You know, we actually have a private chat in the studio. We can just say things like, "Hey," and "Do you need help with your audio?"
No.
No. Okay, you can hear us, Paul.
I can hear you now.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
now
what happened.
It's back to John being the only one that has audio issues.
That's fine. You still have 25 minutes, John, to figure it out. So we're good.
Sorry.
That's okay. I like an old-fashioned clock.
Oh yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Oh,
yeah, there's no apology. That's a nice clock.
Oh,
what kind of clock is that, Paul?
That is a clock that hung in our house when I was a small child, and when my parents died, I stole it.
I don't think it's thievery. Are you an only? How many children? How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I mean, no. It was given to me. It was given to me by the other siblings. They said, "Hey, you should have this," and I'm sticking by that story. Anyway, what's the next question?
How many siblings did you have?
3.
3. Okay, that's the same as me. See, we are related-ish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. John, you still working on that audio? We lost your microphone. Yeah, nope, got nothing from you. Let me see if I can edit Mike. No, everything is back to exactly the way it was before, but somehow we cannot hear you.
So, Paul, how long have you two known each other? Maybe that's a good question for you.
John and I, we met. We were both part of a sketch improv comedy troupe in the San Fernando Valley called the LA Connection. Some people would say it was a scam. Other people would say it was a comedy group. We paid $75 a month to perform comedy. Is that correct, John?
Yeah, it was like that.
Whoa!
There you are, John. You're there now.
See,
wow. Okay.
Just to ask an interview.
Yeah.
And your mic sounds great. Your audio actually sounds really good.
Oh my gosh. Let's start all this over again. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, John and I were part of the LA Connection back in the 80s. And I think everybody went to the LA Connection, didn't they, John?
I encountered people in years gone by in this century who were in the LA Connection. So it just continued on and on. They'd find the greenest of green people landed in Hollywood, and they would say, "Hey, we have a stage you can perform on for only $75 a month, and various construction projects around the place that'll need your free help." So, but it was fun. You met a lot of people on the same boat you were in, and geez, I'm still in touch. Just Paul, and there are a few others. So it was worth the money.
Yeah, it was. And then from there, Sherry Stoner's husband started another sort of an offshoot of the Groundlings called the Acme Comedy Theater, and John was one of the founding members on that. And then I came on to the show, or I came and saw one of the shows, and then I joined, and that's where John and I really got to know each other, was being part of that and writing sketches and doing improv together with Adam Carolla. Among others. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's great. Great fun. We were there for.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, we were. We didn't have much of an audience a lot of the times. I think once it was Adam Carolla's grandfather was sitting out there.
Yeah.
And he had made his own mark in Tinseltown. He was a writer of a 50s horror film called The Mole People.
That's right. I forgot. Yes.
So if you have time on your hands, that's available somewhere.
Yeah.
Mole people. I'll find it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's how it goes. I mean, speaking as like a musician, where it's like sometimes like you have to give it your 100%, no matter who's there, right? If it's someone's grandfather and they're the only person there, you still want to give it like your 100% because you want to do the thing, right? Like you want to make it good. But that can be hard. I
we were very used to playing for like 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, but it didn't really bother us. We sort of did it, and we were like, "Yeah, it's fine. Let's go do it."
Right. After a while, it was just we were sort of playing for ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, that's who was there.
Yeah. So we would do half an improv show mixed with written sketches. And that was a lot of fun, and it's sort of where we sort of learned. Eventually, we did get audiences, and people did come to see us. So, but we also learned when an audience would laugh at something and when they didn't. It wasn't theoretical. It was like you'd put it up, you'd put it in front of people, and they'd either laugh or they didn't, which I think really prepared us for. There's the mole people right there.
A fine John Agard vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. Mole people.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why we got hired on Animaniacs, was sort of that sketch comedy vibe that they were going for.
The rumor always was that they originally wanted Steven Spielberg originally wanted sitcom writers, but they cost too much, and they figured they could get sketch comedy writers for a fraction of the price.
Were they wrong?
No, they were correct.
Yeah.
But to us, the fraction of the price was an enormous, because we were all broke. So it's almost it just turned our lives around.
Yeah, it did. When John and I got hired, it was a December, I want to say, of 91. John, would that be right? December of 91? Okay.
December 15th.
Yeah. So, and the reason we remember this date is because John and I, right when they were developing Animaniacs, they sent a series Bible. And a Bible is everything that is in the series, and it explains all the characters. And they sent this out. John and I met, I think, on the same day with Tom Rugg, and Tom talked to John, and then he talked to me, and he gave John an assignment, me an assignment. And we didn't know that this was an audition. It was just, we thought we were getting like a one-off assignment.
Right. Christmas money.
Yeah. And so John went home. I went home to my place, and we wrote, he wrote his, I wrote mine, and we turned them in the same day. It was a Friday. We turned them in on a Friday. And to celebrate having written, probably for the last time, a Steven Spielberg, a short in a Steven Spielberg show, we went back to my house, and we had powdered donuts and coffee, and they were cheap powdered donuts because all we could afford coffee. And we watched. What did we watch, John?
Zontar Thing from Venus.
Zontar Thing from Venus. So, which was because John and I have this love of really bad science fiction movies, or not even bad, just any science fiction movie from the 50s. And we're both sitting there, and we both smoked at the time. So we're sitting there smoking, eating powdered donuts, drinking coffee, and watching Zontar. And the phone rings at my house, and it's Sherry Stoner, who was the story editor. And she wanted, and I picked up the phone, and she says, "Hi, is John there?" "It's Sherry." And I said, "Oh, yeah." And I gave the phone to John. And will you take it from there, John?
Oh, yeah, it was interesting. She said, we'd like you to come in and talk to us about well, there it is.
There it is.
It was Larry Buchanan's
It's important to get the details.
Yeah, we were cut off from that information at the time. Yeah, it said, why don't you come on in? We want to talk to you. We really enjoyed your script. And I'm thinking, how can I get out of here without telling Paul where I'm going? So, no, and then she said it was Paul there, and then I put Paul on, and Paul didn't have a car because his wife took it for work. So, I said, listen, if you're going to work anything out, can you make it at the same time because I'm Paul's ride? That's the sort of pathetic state we were in. But
Yeah.
she said, yeah, she was, she put us on with Kathy Page.
Yeah.
who
So
set
we
up
both,
everything.
yeah. So we both got hired that day on a Steven Spielberg show, and we both called our wives, or I called my wife, you called your fiance,
Yeah.
And we all went out to eat, as I recall.
That's
we
right.
had an Italian dinner, and we never looked back. That was great. But you have to understand, I was broke as broke can be. I think, John, you were not far behind me.
No, I was working. I was working for a company called Mac Temps, and because the Macintosh was so new at the time, there was a special company, and we would go out as Mac ambassadors, and we would take some engineering company statistics, and we would input them into their new office computer. Let me tell you, that's a hard-earned dollar there.
There must be something getting started. Like, no joke, when I first got married and moved out here to Michigan, I'm from Philly, and I moved to Michigan, like just like fresh out of school, like as a musician. I score video games. I do music, orchestra stuff for video games. And this was now 10 years ago, when I first moved here, I was like, all right, well, I need a job. And lo and behold, I worked for what they called up here Mac Professionals, which was, I was broke as can be, but I was working repairing iPhones and like helping people with their Mac computers. So there must be something about working for Apple when you have no money and you're just getting started in the arts.
I will say, when I was a research assistant, and I got fired from that job. Only time I'd ever gotten fired from a job in my life, and I had nothing else, and I started doing Apple tech support in a call center. I would answer phone calls about iPhones and stuff like. And I've never owned an iPhone and never wanted to own one, but I was sitting there, and like I would just be taking calls about iPhones, and then eventually they moved me into computers as well. So it was iPhones and computers. So all of us, I guess, except Paul. Paul, did you sell or work on?
No, I had something that beats it in patheticness. I did children's parties. I worked for this company. I don't even think they're still there. Adam Carolla and I, when we were doing the Acme Theater, Adam said, hey, I got this line on this job. It's to do kids parties or something. They're holding auditions. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, I'll go. So it was me, Adam Carolla, and a bunch of other newbies, and the girl from Friends. Go through who all them are in Friends.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, a young Jennifer Aniston. So it was Adam Carolla, me, Jennifer Aniston, and like other people, and it'd be like, and they had us do stupid improv, and then you could have basically been limbless and no improv ability, and they would have hired you. So we they said, you're going to be a Ninja Turtle. And then they said to Adam, you can be a turtle too. And Adam goes, you know what? I'm getting out of here. So Adam left. So I would be like Pooh, but this company didn't have rights to any of these. So it was Friendly Bear. It wasn't Winnie the Pooh. Friendly Bear. It wasn't Peter Pan. It was Tights Man with that funny hat, and it was like it wasn't a Ninja Turtle. It's Karate Turtle. And the smell of the when you had to put the thing on. I remember I was like, I can't do this. So, and one day I had to be Batman, and it was at a park right by the old Acme Theater, and I was being Batman and doing tricks, and I look, and there's Adam Carolla just leaning against a tree, laughing at me, and so yeah, anything was better than that. I would have prayed to do Apple support.
I worked for a magazine at the time, and they were doing a promotion for Keebler's cookies, and so as part of that, they were gonna get an elf. And I said to him, "Listen, I know a guy who can do this elf for you. You know, whatever it's costing." And they go, "Well, how tall is he?" And I said, "Well, he's about 5'9", 5'10". They go, he's a little too tall for an elf." I go, yeah, but he can really do the elf. He can be the elf. There's an inner quality that you're missing, and I couldn't sell Paul.
Yeah, no, I tried. So anyway, yeah, the reason why John remembers the date is that's that moment where it was like, okay, you are now in professional show business. So yeah, it was great.
Oh, you were in professional show business before. You were Karate Turtle.
I was Karate Turtle. In fact,
Flying Rodent Man.
Once I was
flying rodent guy.
I was doing I was going to do a children's party in South Central, and I took this very seriously. So I was in my turtle outfit without the head. So my wife had a VW Super Beetle, a 1975 Super Beetle. So, and it looked kind of beady, and it didn't look great. And I parked where I thought was a great place to park, so that the party down the street wouldn't see me. And this undercover cop pulled up next to me, and he goes, "What are you doing?" And he showed me his badge, and because I don't know what he thought I was doing, and I held up the head, and I was like, I'm doing a children's party. I'm a turtle." And the cop goes, "I'm so sorry." And he started chuckling, and he sort of left. And I was like, man, things cannot really get worse, than
the
they are right now.
Undercover cop's like, you know what? I was shot twice today.
Yeah.
I had to hide underneath, under a cow in a farm for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But man, I wasn't a turtle.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember that was like, I remember the only thing that got me through that, and it sort of got me through other experiences in life since, but when I would drive to these parties, the thing that kept me breathing and alive was the thought of driving home.
That's funny. The song I was going to play tonight is called "Honey, I'm Home," so it might be,
Yeah.
be a perfect segue.
Oh, that's a good transition. Listen, we're gonna have Tony do his thing. Paul, I know it's late for you there, so we're gonna let you go to sleep.
All right,
But we're gonna have to have you guys on again and a little earlier so that we can test John's audio first, get that worked out. But no, it's been a pleasure having you guys, John and Paul. All we need now is Ringo, and we'll have ourselves a good time. And George, we don't have a George here either. But no, it was great. I loved having you guys. We'll have to have you on again. I say that, but Chris is the one that does the booking, so he'll work with you. I want to talk to you guys again. That's as far as I'll go.
Good night, everybody.
Nice to meet
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Good talking to you. Better late than never.
We'll get you guys again.
Bye.
See you guys.
All right, Tony, why don't you play us a little song?
Yeah, sounds good. All right. So this is called "Honey, I'm Home." Fitting when you're driving home from being Ninja Turtle. No, Karate Turtle. Honey, I'm home. Honey, I'm home. Got nothing to show but a rose wrapped in a bow. Honey, I'm home. Oh, honey, I'm home. I can't wait to paint the walls with the colors you called your own. When the stars come out and the flowers begin to grow, when the kids all shout but you struggle 'cause you're getting old, when the trumpets sound and the angels lift you up I can hold your hand and say, I'm so glad that we didn't part ways. Hey! What's the meaning of love? Even after hearts break, once the fire burns out, do you run, do you escape? There's a whisper in the wind, and it's calling out my name, and it's telling me to wait. Yeah, it's telling me to stay. Please stay. When the stars come out and the flowers begin to grow, when the kids all shout but you struggle 'cause you're getting old, when the trumpets sound and the angels lift you up, I can hold your hand and say, I'm so glad that we didn't part ways. Cause we live, we die, we grow up, we cry. We could end it all, but it's not broken in God's eyes. It's a miracle, this bond, this love divide. Now I hold your hand and say, oh, I'm in this for life. Thank you.
That was
Thank
amazing,
you.
and we also have this comment here, which is, I think that just sums up the whole show. Two geniuses.
Two geniuses. Define
Two
genius.
geniuses.
Is this the trademark genius, or is this the offshoot costume genius? Is the question I have.
Yeah, I know. So Paul and John, they were geniuses. You and I are
We're the
friendly smart guy. That's that's what we're playing today.
I think Tight Man is my favorite. Tights Man is my favorite.
Funny hat tights, tight man with funny hats. Oh man,
Men in Tights.
Yes, we're men. We're men in tights.
It's great. It's great.
Tights.
It's a great team.
It was good.
Manly
But that
men.
was that was a good song. Thank you very much for coming today.
Oh,
And we'll hope you'll be back next week, right?
I
No?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm here next. I don't know. We'll find out. I have to
find
check.
out.
I'll check with Chris. I'll talk with Chris.
I'm pretty sure Chris wants you next week. Whether or not you are available
Okay.
next week is. I'm pretty sure that he's never either be take a look at this video and be like, hey, you know what? I'm never taking a week off again. You guys are in desperate need of my help,
Yeah.
which is fine. It was a great time. Thank you for coming. Thank you
you're
everyone
welcome. Thanks.
for watching, and good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And this is the time where we freeze.